Welcome back to the Upside Down Kingdom. We are in episode 4 of 15, deep inside phase 1, which is all about personal idols.
That's right.
Now, if you were with us for episode 3, we really took a sledgehammer to intellectual pride. We spent the whole time dismantling that fortress of analysis that, we all build.
We did. We established that in this kingdom, knowledge puffs up, but love builds. We basically went after the head today. We're aiming a little lower. We're going for the chest.
The chest.
The heart. Specifically the hidden rot that's inside the heart. This episode is called The Leaven You Can't See. So if last time we attacked the mind, this time we're attacking the corruption you don't post about.
Okay, before we dive in too deep, we have to drop our standard disclaimer. We call it the Valley disclaimer.
Right.
We need to be super clear right up front.
Yeah.
We're not theologians. We are not seminary graduates.
Not even close.
We're practitioners. We're teaching from what we call the Valley of Breaking. Everything we're sharing comes from about, 2 months into this really intensive survival-based Bible study.
Exactly. We're not shouting down from the mountaintop. We're witnesses to a demolition. And today, that demolition is internal.
I have to be honest, looking at the notes for today, I'm feeling a little resistance.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Well, the topic is hidden corruption. And my first reaction is, I'm an open book. I tell my friends everything. I try to be vulnerable. I don't really feel like I have these, dark hidden secrets. So I'm wondering if this episode really applies to me or if this is for the people, actively living a double life.
And that reaction right there, I'm an open book, that's actually the first layer of the defense we have to cut through. Because the leaven Jesus warns about isn't this big smoking gun. It's subtle.
Okay, so where do we start?
We start at the source. Mark chapter 8, verses 14 through 21. We start with a panic attack in a boat.
Okay, set the scene.
The disciples are in a boat. Context is everything here. They have just seen Jesus feed 4,000 people with 7 loaves of bread.
And 5,000 before that.
And 5,000 before that. They have seen him create food out of nothing on an industrial scale.
Right. They've seen the miracle supply chain in action twice.
You would think they get it, but they get in the boat and they realize they forgot to pack a lunch. The text says they have only 1 loaf.
And they spiral.
They absolutely lose it. They're arguing. And right in the middle of this chaos, Jesus gives this really strange warning. He says, "Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod."
And of course, because they're obsessing about lunch, they think he's talking about actual bread.
Precisely. They think he's mad they bought bread from the wrong bakery or something, and Jesus just gets frustrated. You can feel it in the text. He asks them, "Why do you reason because you have no bread? Is your heart still hardened? Having eyes, do you not see?"
He's basically asking, are you blind?
He's saying, we're not talking about a bakery error here. We're talking about the condition of your hearts.
So let's dig into that, this 1 loaf idea.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly not about the bread.
Right. This brings us to what our source notes call the 1 loaf diagnostic. Just think about the irony. They're in a boat with the creator of the universe.
The man who controls matter itself.
And they are terrified of starving because of 1 loaf.
They were looking at the resource, not the source.
That's it. The 1 loaf is that single resource you fixate on while you're ignoring this infinite divine provision. So the diagnostic question for you, for anyone listening, is this. What's the one thing where if it gets low, you absolutely lose your mind?
Oof. Okay, that's a much sharper question.
Is it the number in your bank account? Is it your social media engagement? Is it your reputation at work? The panic reveals the idol. Their panic proved that their real trust was in the system of food, not the shepherd sitting right next to them.
That's uncomfortable. Because I know exactly what my 1 loaf is. It's the metric that tells me I'm okay. And if it dips, I spiral. I just act like an atheist.
And that is the hardened heart. The Greek word is prosh. It means calloused, like stone. You have eyes, but you don't see the reality of the kingdom. You only see the scarcity of the world. And that scarcity is exactly how the leaven gets in.
Okay, let's talk about that word, leaven. What is it, practically? Is it just a metaphor for bad stuff?
It's much more specific. The Greek is zima, zoome. It just means yeast. And the biology of yeast is the whole metaphor.
How so?
The source notes put it like this. 1 teaspoon of yeast in 3 cups of flour equals invisible corruption.
Why invisible?
Well, think about baking. Once you mix that yeast into the dough, can you see it anymore? Can you pick it back out?
No, of course not. It's gone. It's dissolved into the dough.
But it changes the chemistry of the entire batch. It ferments. It puffs it up. Galatians 5.9 says it perfectly. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. It starts small, disappears, and then it corrupts everything.
And Jesus warns about 2 specific types. The Pharisees and Herod. They seem like very different problems.
They are. And they represent 2 different traps, especially for high achievers. The leaven of the Pharisees is hypocrisy. It's all about religious performance that's masking internal unbelief.
Looking the part.
And the leaven of Herod, that's worldly ambition, political compromise, using God's system for your own personal power, the ends justifying the means.
Okay, but I'm going to push back again. I can feel that defensive wall coming up. The Pharisee label just feels so edgy. I mean, do I have to tweet all my sins to not be a hypocrite?
Yep.
If I don't broadcast every failure, am I being leavened? That sounds like a recipe for getting fired.
And that's a fair question. And that defensiveness you feel, that's the fortress trying to protect the leaven. But this isn't about public confession for the sake of it. It's about private integrity versus public projection.
What's the difference?
Hypocrisy isn't having a private struggle. It's presenting a public mask that directly contradicts your private reality. It's the disconnect. It's exactly what Jesus goes after in Matthew 23. It's the whitewashed tomb.
Oh, that visual is so intense.
It is. Matthew 23.27. Woe to you, hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, which indeed appear beautiful outwardly, but inside are full of dead men's bones and all uncleanness.
So beautiful on the outside, rotting on the inside.
And the Greek word for hypocrite, hypocrites, hypokritēs. Do you know what it literally means?
I think I read this. It means an actor, right? A stage player.
Yes, someone wearing a mask for a role. And for people wired for achievement, this is the trap. We become experts at painting the tomb.
Painting the tomb. That's LinkedIn. That's Instagram. That's Sunday morning at church. How are you? Oh, I'm blessed, brother.
Exactly. While you're dying inside, it's the core conflict. Are you managing perception or are you pursuing transformation? We spend all our energy on the outside and none on the rot inside.
Wait, I curate my testimony. I absolutely do. I tell the stories of past failures that are now victories, but I don't talk about the thing I'm struggling with right now.
We all do. We want the resurrection story without having to go through the actual death part.
Because if people see the bones, I lose credibility. I lose my platform.
And that fear is why Jesus is so harsh. Look, he isn't pointing out the crack in your foundation just to shame you. He's not being mean. Think of him as a structural engineer.
A structural engineer.
If an engineer comes to your house and says, that main beam is rotten through and your roof is about to collapse and kill your family, is he being judgmental?
No, he's saving my life.
Jesus exposes the whitewashed tomb to save the house from collapse. He knows that if you just keep painting over the rot, eventually the whole structure fails.
So the exposure, it's an act of mercy.
It's a severe mercy, but it's the only kind that actually saves.
Okay, so if the outside appearance is the distraction, where's the real problem? Because I feel like I manage my behavior okay. I'm not robbing banks.
The behavior is just the fruit. The source is the heart. This goes back to 1 Samuel 16.7. For the Lord does not see as man sees. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart.
That verse is on a lot of coffee mugs. I feel like we're about to ruin it for people.
We might, because heart here isn't a greeting card sentiment. The Hebrew is labab, V-A-W-V. It means your inner man, your will, the very center of your being. It's the control room.
And what's the condition of the control room?
According to Jeremiah 17.9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. The Hebrew word for deceitful there is okich, kobivio. It means crooked, twisted.
So my control room is wired wrong from the start.
Which is why Jesus says in Mark 7 that nothing from the outside can defile you. It's what comes out of you. He lists them. Evil thoughts, greed, pride. They don't happen to you. They come from you.
Wow. That just destroys the victim mentality, doesn't it? I can't blame my environment. I can't blame the pressure.
No, the pressure just squeezes out what's already inside. You squeeze an orange, you get orange juice.
This is the breaking point for me in this conversation. I'm realizing something. I've been managing my reputation, not my heart.
Say that one more time.
I have spent my entire adult life managing my reputation, making sure the tomb looks white and clean, making sure my one loaf is secure, and I have totally neglected the labab, I've let the leaven grow because I was too busy painting the walls.
And that fortress of self-reliance we talked about a few episodes ago.
It wasn't to protect me from the world. It was a hiding place. I built it so no one could see the mess inside.
That's the moment. That's the moment the demolition ball hits. Because you cannot heal what you hide.
So where do we go from here?
Oh.
Because honestly, I feel exposed.
Hmm.
And it is terrifying.
Good, Beth. That's where the work begins.
Yeah.
So let's close with a really surgical question for you and for everyone listening right now.
Go for it.
What sin, if it were exposed publicly right now, would end your ministry? What secret, if it went up on a billboard today, would cost you your marriage? What hidden thing would completely destroy your reputation?
That sinking feeling in my stomach right now.
That feeling, that is the leaven. It's not the safe 10% you confess in your small group. Oh, I struggle with patience. It's the dangerous 90% you curate out of the picture.
The 90% that threatens the whole structure.
Yes. And here's the final thought. Who are you hiding it from? You're hiding it from people, sure. But are you trying to hide it from God?
He's the one in the boat. He already sees the heart.
He already knows. And here is the absolute scandal of grace. Please hear this. Jesus didn't die to make you look righteous. He died to make you righteous.
He doesn't want to gate the tomb. He wants to resurrect the dead man inside.
Exactly. But he cannot resurrect what you refuse to admit is dead. He can't clean what you keep hidden in the dark. The exposure is the first step of the healing.
Man. Okay. We have demolished self-reliance, we have dismantled intellectual pride, and now we've just cracked open this hidden corruption.
The ground is being cleared. Phase 1 continues.
It certainly does. And if you think this was heavy, next time we are coming for something you might love even more than your reputation.
Episode 5 is titled, When Comfort Becomes Your Prison.
We're coming for the addiction you call balance.
Get ready.
We'll see you then.